We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready? Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try. The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions.
Paimon's a little worried.
To be honest, I feel this.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed back.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. You're welcome. Good luck. With everything.
Join the Eremites.
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparations.
Okay.
I'll hit them.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah. Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to it. I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front line.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safe... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind.
Well, being a scholar is also a high risk.
I'm not like the rest of them.
This guy.
Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden... You have a good Forbidden knowledge has the... I think. But the academia has come to think of it. The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms.
But Paimon, at least, that's what... Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsol's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge!
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to...
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue to make sure we're still on track. I would like to...
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
It's all good. Whatever the boss says.
Ah, they're here.
Huh? What are they?
I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use.
Aren't those devices for canned knowledge
Look here.
Huh? More canned knowledge? Are you...
What's that look on your face? Are you
Paimon's a little scared, but...
That's an... Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. Traveler, I want you to record... Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the... Now, please get ready.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge
Yes,
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand. But trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. It's best if you can... Because, to achieve this impossible task,
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kus. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements. Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this? Paimon doesn't get it.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool? A machine?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few modifications.
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Al-Hitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire. I'm sorry, but as things stand, I can't accept your principles.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Reebok would never let... My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and...
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you.
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this place...
Of course he does. He told me. There is no... He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of... I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made an...
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies...
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and...
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right...
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I think we have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory.
Well, now that you've put it... But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything, since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation. There should be no more
Okay, you have a deal.
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's guide...
Of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el-Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al-Akhmar? This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible, and treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already... Even if that guard doesn't know, there's...
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Reebok operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there...
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covered.
Second, This is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General, no matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of...
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must Actually, considering the power of the Akasha...
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, if you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village, but things like that never happened again after we met.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, haven't you ever thought about it?
Because the Akasha controls
The Academia firmly believes that
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic. However, at the risk, emotions are part of our behavioral logic. Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence, decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, our thoughts and the Akasha lacks data, so...
Makes...
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past.
I'm so glad that this...
Next time, pay attention during our...
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here.
I'm the security officer of the Great Red...
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be
Beep! Construct! Beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned?
it seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And get ready. We will move out in 2 days.
It's time for the operation! Let's go meet Sino in the desert!
Wait a moment.
Ah! Oh, it's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are...
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. They are our only leads for the case. If they die...
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat! Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands...
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit...
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia?
I'm not here to talk.
Oh. Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became... Brothers! For that slight, let's wash...
Congratulations!
Windblade.
Up to it, Manzai! It's nothing.
You're toast!
Give up.
Windblade.
It's nothing. Submit.
It's over.
Ah!
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the area have been arrested.
Ah, you pitiful dendro...
I'm afraid you'll regret it.
King Deshret will curse...
Silence!
Oh!
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General Mahamatra.
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please...
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes. Things went perfectly.
That's fantastic! And that punch you gave Raman there sure looked convincing.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport.
Yeah, you're the reason why everything...
Go join up with her. She will need you to introduce her to Tainari.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to work with us?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message will... If we need help, Tainari is the best. Get ready for the next phase of the plan.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps.
Sorry. We didn't mean...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. All joking aside,
but wait...
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harp. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tynari. If all hate them in Sino's source, so we'll find The sages have placed spies everywhere on... You should be honored. I don't know.
But Paimon thought mercenary...
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill, I guess I can apply a discount.
How much more do you want? I was not sure we can afford it.
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile. Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried. Looking good! I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but let's go. It's time to...
Traveler, Paimon, and...
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She...
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important.
All right, then follow me. This place is better. Okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me? The doctor...
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask!
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left...
He left already?
Yeah.
Can I ask what it was? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is...
Sino? I see. So that's why he hasn't been... Okay. I'll answer your questions and will assist you any way I can. You don't have...
Sino's name really does work wonders.
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious. You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he...
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you've recruited many informants. But you're right, Hypatia...
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have some...
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia...
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar...
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, I will personally supervise her treatment.
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the Academia. Her situation, transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, it's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really
I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything. It's just as the Academia said. You're a responsible and gifted scholar. And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps he never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated through...
I can barely believe it myself.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know...
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may... Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the Academia and...
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day. This has been a habit of his for many years. But I didn't find...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me...
I'd like to ask you to do that for me, if you can keep yourself safe.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that... The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is. If the higher-ups really are hiding some... If the situation becomes critical...
All right, we've got a plan.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant.
I must say,
Being loyal to the Academia... On that note...
The Academia, I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long.
I see.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all of this. Also, if you run into Sino again, I think this may be something...
Okay, we'll find a chip.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this Harbinger. Oh, by the way, which way did the doc...
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by that? We need to be extra careful when dealing with a person like him. Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went! How can we start chasing him?
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we go. All you have to do is just follow me. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry.
I'll keep this close.
It's just as I thought. We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're
Port Ormos? They're going.
That's right. Let's go to the... Shh! Don't. The port is crawl.
Let's keep going and see.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the boat.
Uh-oh! He saw us!
Huh? Is he waving at...
It's time to say good...
Wait, is he the only... And Where are all the soldiers we saw in the...
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
So this was a trap. Wait.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to...
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the...
Oh no!
Let's go!
Paradis DI is not a place you
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for...
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to...
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research. Much less... I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Paradis...
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low profile. I may be staying at Paradis DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a Forest Watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars.
Then it seems our
No one will lay a hand on you.